Hello, welcome to my wheat field again. I have more stories to share with you about the farmer and about what the farmer produces. Last time we had our lesson, we talked about the bagels I had for breakfast and how the baker makes the bread. And today I want to talk about farmers, but farmers don't just grow wheat. They grow lots of different things. So I'm going to switch screens here. Hang on a second. And we're going to look at the farmer. So here's our farmer from our first set of cards. He has a wheat there that's growing. So I'm going to go ahead and put out our wheat right here because we've already talked about farmers growing wheat and how wheat is really important for all sorts of types of foods. Now, wheat is not the only thing that farmers can grow or harvest. Here is some fruit. And Washington State grows a lot of fruit. And in the picture here, there's a pear and some oranges and cherries and apples. And Washington grows a lot of apples. So some farmers farm fruit and grow fruit. Some other things that farmers can grow are chickens. So farmers can grow chickens, this is called poultry, can grow chickens for either the meat from the chicken or from the eggs that the chicken lays. So some farmers are called poultry farmers and they grow chickens or raise chickens to either have meat or eggs. Now, those aren't the only kinds of animals that farmers can farm. Farmers can also farm cows. There's a cow in that picture. So farmers can grow or raise meat and different types of animals for meat. Now, farmers also can have cows, not just for meat, but for the dairy products. So some farmers are dairy farmers, and dairy farmers milk the cows and they collect the meat, the milk from the cows, and then they send it off to like a creamery or another place that uses the dairy products for milk and cheese and yogurt and other things like that. So some farmers farm animals for their meat and some for the products that the animals produce. Another type of animal that farmers might raise, but not for their meat or their milk, could be sheep for wool. And here we see a sheep farmer who would then shear the sheep and collect the wool and make it into different types of yarn or fibers. So maybe it's a farmer, an animal farmer that farms to get some clothing, some cloth. Farmers can also grow vegetables, just like I'll put it down here with our fruit farmer. They can grow vegetables. In the picture here, there's lettuce and there are other artichokes. Yes, there's a tomato there, and yes, I know tomatoes are not vegetables. Tomatoes are fruits. But vegetable farmers can grow things like potatoes and lettuce and cabbage and, of course, other types of vegetables, cucumbers. Cucumbers are a fruit too. Abby's saying turnips, celery, sweet potatoes, carrots. Okay, now we got some vegetable farming going on. So vegetable farmers grow vegetables. Here's another vegetable, but it's not grown as a vegetable to be eaten like a vegetable, a sugar beet. Sugar beets are grown by farmers to then become sugar or a sweetener. Here is a plant that is grown for it's the flower part or the part of it that reproduces, but here with the cotton seed. So cotton is a plant that is grown just like the wool from our sheep. The cotton is grown not to eat, but to make fabric. So a farmer can raise animals to collect fibers for fabric or can grow plants to use the fibers as well. Okay, I have a couple more. I'm going to move these out of the way just a little bit. Okay, so here in Washington State, we have a lot of grape growers that grow grapes, but not for eating. They grow grapes to make wine. And there's a lot of places that grow wine grapes. Washington and California have great wine fields, or vineyards is what they call them. And the wine or the grapes are made into wine. So that's something that we can have farmers growing grapes for wine. Another thing that farmers can grow are plants that are used for smoking or for making into cigars or cigarettes. So here's tobacco leaves. Back in the early forming of our country, tobacco farming was huge down in the South, and many of our ancestors here in the United States were tobacco farmers back east. And so tobacco is a plant that is grown, and it's not something that's eaten, but it's something that is either smoked or put in other things. So tobacco is something that a farmer could farm. And this last one is really interesting. This last one is a product that farmers can farm that maybe you don't think about. These are insects. Let's see if I can get close to the camera. Silkworms, to be exact. Here's silkworms. So there can be silkworm farmers, and the silkworm farmers raise the silkworms to grow and to build their cocoons. And then the cocoons are used and pulled apart to make and spin silk. So that's one type of an insect. There it is, it was off the camera. There's one type of insect that farmers can farm. Now there's other kinds of insects that farmers can farm. Hang on one second. Okay, so the farmers can farm other types of insects, not just a silkworm. I could be considered an insect farmer because we are beekeepers and we take care of the beehives and take care of the bees, and we harvest the honey and the pollen and the things that they produce. So farmers can farm all sorts of things, not just plants, but also animals, also insects. So it's very interesting to think about all the work that farmers do. We wouldn't have many of the clothing products, we wouldn't have the food that we have, we wouldn't have the treats like honey and sugar and all those other things without the work of farmers. So I don't know about you, but I am thankful for farmers, and I'm thankful that we have beautiful land like this that you see behind me, where people grow all of the food that we eat and all of the resources that we have. I hope that you enjoyed the story of what else the farmer produces, because farmers aren't just wheat farmers. Farmers can farm all of these other things that, oh, you couldn't see that. So farmers don't just farm wheat, farmers farm all of these different things so that we can have our needs met. And I am thankful for farmers every day. All right, I look forward to sharing more stories with you. Next time we meet, we're going to talk more about the farmer, but it'll be a little bit different. It won't be about what the one farmer produces. It'll be something else and how they're interrelated with other people. I can't wait to see you again. I hope you have a great night. See you later.